Hey, what's good? Samone Darden-Lett is the founder and chef of her own catering company. She was a contestant on Food Network's Cooks vs. Cons and Food Network Stars. Best of all, she is a U.S. Army veteran that served with me in Germany. Her husband, Matthew Lett, was an instructor at Full Sail Academy, is an award-winning senior product designer, and an incredibly talented artist and all-around great guy. Recently, they became the parents of my newest nephew. Originally, this discussion was going to be about their experience going through a surrogacy program and all the challenges that presented, but we got wrapped up in catching up with each other. Then the baby needed attention, so we had to wrap up. So this is the first part of my conversation with Samone and Matthew Lett. Before we get into it, remember to go to coconutjustice.com to get you some clothes that I think would look good on you. Let's go. Hey, what is good, everybody? I wanted to take time for this video to introduce a lovely couple that I consider my family. I have known Samone since I was 17 years old.
Wow.
And all Samone does is keep adding members to our little family. So she went out and got Matthew, my brother Matthew. This is Samone and Matthew Lett.
Hey.
And so go ahead and say hi. Take your minute.
Hey.
Hey. They are nervous, and so they had a couple sips, and here we are.
Here we are.
Yes.
Tell the people, what are you guys sipping on?
We are having some cruising rum.
Cruising rum. So I went to St. Croix because my family's from there, and I think I'm the first to go back from the family.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to look up my roots, and instead I ended up at the rum shop.
Yeah.
The rum shop in the
sometimes that rum be hitting better than the family does.
I'm saying.
You came back with 2 bottles.
So when you're saying you're looking for your roots, did you do like the whole 23andMe thing, or?
No. My grandmother, my great grandmother migrated from before St. Croix was a part of the U.S. They took the boat through Ellis Island to New York, Brooklyn. That's why I'm looking for this.
Do you know roughly time frame? Because they might have been bumping up to my grandmother back then.
Dang. You of course you would ask me this when the Ellis Island paper is all the way over there.
On the other side.
It's fine. We'll schedule another meeting.
The 40s, the 40s, somewhere around there. But yeah.
I think that's about when my grandmother made her way out here.
Yeah. So I was like, I didn't know that I was half West Indian until I was 12. And we went to the family reunion, and they were listening to all this reggae, and they got mad because we switched it to, I don't know, whatever the music was back in the 80s. And all I kept hearing was
like the New Jack Swing and stuff like that.
But it was a song that the guy is like Island or whatever. It's like, why you treat me so bad? I don't know.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Song, and the family was
I don't know why, baby.
like, I'm sick of this song. And I'm like, well, why are we fighting? And then it just dawned on me, oh, this is the Caribbean side of the family.
Yeah.
So of course I went home and was like, I didn't know it was West Indian. Your mamas back then. Parents back in the day would just listen.
They be keeping secrets.
But they think you're supposed to know this. You knew you was West Indian. How was I supposed to know that?
You never said anything.
I ain't said nothing like that, and I don't detect the accent.
Hey, for real. Like Dominicans like to claim everybody. If you're black and successful, Dominicans will claim you, right?
Listen, it's true. It's true. I got my hair cut real short one day. Thought I was real cute walking down the street, and they were mamita. No, I'm not.
Yeah, man. My family be claiming if you make it to a certain level that, he's Dominican. And then all of a sudden, I think it came out that like someone from Rum DMC was a Dominican or of Dominican descent. I was like, and I looked at my family. I was like, I'm never gonna get you guys to shut the hell up.
It's like, yeah, Dominicans founded hip hop.
Yeah.
That was funny.
They got that from the Dominican back in the 1920s when all we had were sticks.
You know what's funny? We were talking about foreign families because I'm making this cow heel soup, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I first heard about it from his mother, and every time I make it, I think about her. And I remember when she made it, I was like, cow heel soup. So I'm in the pot looking for this cow heel. I'm like, you ain't got much heel up in this soup. Like, what is that? And she's like, get out of here with your smart self. She's like, no cow heel. But that's what I was talking about, how foreign families are always telling, like when I was this age, we ain't have no food. Remember when they give you this whole spill of their whole life?
Guilt complex.
Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn, we
Now, how you so big? Looks like you found food.
Listen, we
You look healthy.
Man, I gotta lose weight. Oh, you're looking good, girl. You're so strong. What? I look fat.
Hey, when I was a kid, especially my uncles, but I was always skinny, like hella skinny. And so then I would walk in, and I'd look like a golf ball on a tee, right? This big ass head with this thin ass body. And my uncle would be like, boy, in the Windy City, one of these winds is gonna take you and blow you away.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, that is not gonna help me eat.
No. And now when you're older, you're like, dang, I sure wish I was that skinny again.
There's one word, boils down to one word: metabolism.
Metabolism. I mean, for real.
Dude.
Real. If I'd have known, somebody would have told me to slow down. I'd have kept doing whatever it was. I keep doing it. Like, come on. That's all right.
Yeah.
We show it. We're like, my God. And then in the community, you think about all the community. Like my family moves in herds. On my dad's side, they all moved to Virginia. And when I tell you, it's like nothing there. Like, can y'all leave? Can somebody just be like, I'm out of here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just. Oh.
So you grew up in New York, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you and I knew the answer. I was just, I'm just good at what I do.
Listen, somebody asked me, where are you from? You can't be from Orlando. I said, what you mean? I detect an accent up north. What?
Yeah.
I don't have an accent, no. He's like, yeah.
Like when we were in the service together, people were like, hey, Samone was from New York? I was like, how did you not know?
Yeah.
Samone opens her mouth, New York falls out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I tried to hide
this
it.
day. No, don't try.
We go to barbecues and you're like, babe, you want a hot dog? Yeah.
Coffee gives it away.
Hey, you want a hot dog?
I always love telling this story about when I kind of first met Samone.
Oh,
we were everybody, Samone and I were in the same unit together in Germany in the army. And I walk up, we just got done doing physical training. So we come in from doing PT and I go and I get my tray and I walk up and there's this cute little black girl with her hand on her hip and a spatula in the other one. She looked at me. She was not, we hadn't even met yet. And she was already tired of my shit. She said, what you want? What kind of eggs do you want?
And they coming on the line making all these.
You want to give me, just don't hit me.
Giving all this. Oh my goodness, man! I tell you, when I tell Matthew the story, I was like, I cried when I saw that unit. I was like, wait, what? Just the whole detachment?
People don't understand just how far away from everything we were.
Wow. We were on a farm or something with the cows?
We were in the middle of a farm. It was a small little German base. It wasn't even American. It was a handful of Americans and everything else was German.
German. I cried.
Yep.
This ain't what I pictured. What, you eat here, you sleep here, the PX is there.
It wasn't even my fault that she was upset.
I think Gerald's Garmin had to come through the window because they thought I died because I didn't come out. I was in the room and I saw someone come into the window. I was like, who the hell is coming through my window? It's Gerald. You all right?
That's my dog right there. Yeah, he was the one. He would always get things popping. He was always the first one to start talking mess. He was always he's the one who nicknamed our little crew the Rat Pack.
That's true.
And then we'd start talking trash, but then he worked in the office, so nobody could touch him. So it was us that got jumped all the time.
Yeah, man. I don't know who took me to the club for the first time. I don't know who it was. They were like, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of this room. You gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
And I think it was Edie. Was it Edie Elephant? What was the name of that club?
Which one?
The one in Reutlingen.
In Reutlingen was either Miami Sound.
Oh no, it was something Edie Elephant. Something Elephant.
Yeah. The bigger one. Yeah.
I was the one out in Stuttgart.
Yeah, the Cinderella, right?
I don't remember.
I think it was called Cinderella.
I didn't pay.
That one was the good one, yeah. Because we used to, like, people think I was kidding, but like our little crew would go out there and start dancing, and we had little dance battles and shit like that.
That's right. And then y'all fight.
Yeah. Number one, people don't like to lose.
Yep.
And then number two, it depends on where you are. Not a lot of people like black people back then. So
we used to beat the Turks a lot. The Turks used to.
Yeah, because they always started stuff. But then this is why everybody thought I was the violent one, because I was not dark enough to fit into the crowd, and so all of them would get pinned up against the wall. So they'd be like, stop fighting. And I'm out here, and I saw like 3, 4, 5 Turkish dudes talking shit. So I was like, my turn, and I started cleaning house. But Matt, they started calling me Rocky.
What?
Yeah, they started nicknaming me Rocky because I was like, you like to fight. I was like, I don't like to fight, but I will. I am efficient.
I tell you, boy, y'all, you and Bostic, y'all two, I just,
Yeah.
I woke up one day, we was in a ditch. How we in here?
To this day, I'm gonna tell you the truth. To this day, I don't know how we're still alive.
Oh, for real?
Wow.
I'll tell you, it was Jesus.
Is that BMW story?
Listen,
we have a lot of stories.
Listen, yeah, it's a lot of stories. But that BMW, they ran that thing hard.
Yeah, we did.
That thing hard.
Yeah, we did. That car deserved way better than us.
Yeah,
it was such a nice car.
My car. Some of the Sergeant Scott, he was trying to gank all my little money.
That's a 3 Series.
Yeah, I think it was a
323i.
Oh, yeah.
Nice fat tires.
Oh yeah.
Because after I think Dennis couldn't. Either he lost his license, or he got in trouble, or something happened where I took over payments.
Okay.
Yeah, boy,
he wasn't going to let anybody else have it, because he knew if I had the car, he knew he had the car.
Right.
Exactly. That's my brother. We look just enough alike.
In that side of the world, at least.
And likewise too.
Yeah. So I almost died with him in the car almost every day.
No, for real. Y'all would be speeding, and we lived up on a hill. Go up a hill.
Yeah.
I said, y'all like risking y'all lives. I want to live.
Yeah. That's why I don't trust any late teen to early 20 boy. Those neurons haven't yet connected. So you are doing dumb things 100% of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I hear you on that.
I was telling somebody, I said, I think we would have we'd have got thrown into sex trafficking, the stuff that happens that we were doing back then that happens today.
Yeah.
Hitchhiking and they'll give me a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, they tried to be cute out there though, because we'd be driving around and there was a cute girl hitchhiking and stuff. So we would pull over, obviously. And then she'd have like 6 dudes jump out the bushes. We were like, nope, gone.
This is a setup, clearly.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Germany. That's where I first saw cows. You know, I live in the city, from the city.
Yeah.
I didn't see no cows.
How was it growing up in New York?
Oh, so I liked the spring and the summers.
Yeah.
For the winters, when I was a little girl, I used to cry to my mom like, "This is some bullshit. Why it's so cold?
Man. Those New York winters are serious.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Slushing through the snow.
Oh yeah.
This, I mean, you can't even see your face. Or I mean, you know the things the little hats.
Oh yeah.
Dip yourself up, walking down the falling into the snow, and either the dog done pissed or pooed.
Yeah, that's the worst because you don't know what's.
You don't know what's
there.
Yeah. I remember my mom. The bus came and she slipped in front of the bus. It was so funny, but we knew not to laugh because we were gonna get our, just like, damn. That's why I gotta get the hell away. Yeah. That's why. When I was young, I was like, you're going to have to fly to see me, and I'm going to live somewhere warm. Yeah, I'm never coming back. That's when it was hard. Damn, the snow, the blizzard. Yeah. And I know Chicago was way worse because y'all had to win.
I could imagine.
Yeah. And then walking to school and that. Oh.
For real.
Done that a few
I'm
times.
serious.
Oh yeah,
he's from Long Island. They took
the
people just drove them to school. We had
get out of here. Get out of here. Soft ass.
There's some mornings and some after schools. You're gonna walk your ass home. Ain't nobody picking you up today.
Is that where you grew up, Long Island?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it? Oh no, that's Staten Island. Staten Island is the one that everyone makes fun of, right?
Yeah,
that's the with Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
That's the only thing good coming out of there.
Yeah, Park Hill. Let this video get out there.
No, don't even talk about the boroughs now.
God, man.
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. My mom used to be like, I don't know what you gonna do with yourself, because I dressed so villagey. I was like, because back in the day, everybody had their own style.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Today, like Clone City, everybody got baby oil and
In that era, people definitely had their own identity as New Yorkers. And you had different ways that you want to put yourself together, and that was acceptable.
I was like Village City. All my stuff came from the village. I had, I think the only thing I may have was the Kangos and the Clarks and the Tims. So I was a tomboy. I was a little tomboy. I wore what you couldn't get me in a dress. My mom tried to put me in a dress when I graduated. I said, "What kind of bull crap?"
This is blasphemy. Blasphemy.
What was it that made you join the army?
My family's all military, and so my uncle Tony, I had a crush on him, and my stepfather was Marines, and Marines got the best. To me, they have the best uniforms, and if you nice looking, you look really good in that uniform. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the Marines. He was like, the hell you are going to the Marines?
You ain't going there.
So my mom, like, American children are like, when you get 18, you getting out. And so 18, I'm like, where the hell, what I'm gonna do at 18? Where am I going? I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I knew my mother was like lunatic. And I said, I gotta get out of here. She crazy. Mm-hmm. And so I took the test. I was like 4 points away from the Air Force. And my recruiter was like, Samone, just retake it. And I was like, you don't know who my mother is. She crazy. I gotta get out of here.
ASAP.
Like, can't think about it. And the what I qualified for was cook or MP. Yeah. I said, military police? Me with a gun? Nah, that's a no bueno. I mean, let me get some knives. I think knives is gonna be safe. And so he tried to talk me out of it, but my whole family is military. Like, we just found out my uncle got a Purple Heart for the Vietnam War. He came out And when he came out, he realized his two brothers was in the Vietnam War. And he was like, no, I got to go back and get them.
Yeah.
So he went in and got them. And that's how he got his Purple Heart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. My grandfather was a cook in the military. So my grandmother, you know, family don't tell you nothing. They give you dribs and drabs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, you know, you probably got that cooking from your grandfather. I'm like, yeah, you know, he was a cook in the military. Everybody knew him, and I think he cooked. The president wanted him to. They wanted him to cook in the White House. I'm sorry, say what now? Excuse me. Wait.
Why didn't we do that?
Story. And so they were like, yeah, he got a letter and everything. Where's the letter? Because you know, I'm the one in the family that archives everything.
Keeper
of everything.
Hell yeah.
And I think what happened was they couldn't remember if it was the president or the mayor of DC. And so when he got to the place, when they realized it was a black man, they turned him around.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, and so I think he was so pissed, he just was like, fuck this letter, fuck it. And so so she couldn't find it. Yeah, but that was a great thing to have. But yeah, all my family's military. But my grandmother, she believes she lost all her boys in the military because like my dad and my 3 uncles were all in Vietnam War, and so my dad.
And they didn't come back.
No, they came back. They came back messed up. Yeah, like you know, they all came back with meth. Not meth. What was it? The morphine.
Oh,
my dad, from what the story goes, he went through like a Humvee or whatever. They had to do brain surgery. So just think of it. He's in the military in the early 60s. It's Jim Crow, and he in the military with all that racism. They didn't do him right, and I didn't realize this until I got his medical records. So my grandmother, because you know he did his basic training and stuff in Camp Lejeune. And so he had that Camp Lejeune claim with the water and all of that, which was clearly he was so affected by it.
Yeah.
And so she was like, you're the only one of the siblings that can, you know, put in this case. And so my dad and we didn't really get along or know each other, but I'm very much like him.
Yeah.
And I got his records. And I'll tell you, it was the most healing thing ever for me. It's like I got to reconcile through his death. So like, he's like, if anybody mess with me or whatever, I just call my father. He'll take care of it in the spirit realm for me. Like, do you believe people mess with me? And then he goes, you know, however you are on earth, that's how you are on the other side.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a love for the uniform for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was broke. I was tired of being poor. And a lot like you, I had to get out from under my mom's roof, dude.
Man.
I was like, if I'm tired of being poor, I can only imagine how tired she is. Plus, she had 3 kids. All I had was to walk to school and walk to Kmart after school to get to work.
Listen,
that was it.
Yeah, listen. Yeah. I remember I hated layaway. Layaway was like the worst. Like you didn't see your stuff till next year. Like
and how are you gonna Christmas shop in May?
I'll never forget these blue shoes. They were sandals. I got them for Christmas. We're going to Madison Square Garden to I don't know who's in concert, New Edition, somebody. I wore them damn sandals. I do not care if my feet froze, but I wear my sandals to see New Edition. Who does this? But you know, back in the day, that's how it was. Layaway. You lay away the stuff in Christmas or in the summer, and you won't see it till Christmas. So for me, that's why I worked. I've been working since I was 14 because I was like, listen, way planning for me. When I got my first check for $528 at 14,
I'm gonna go buy me some clothes.
Yo, I'm rich.
Dude. And then I would get paid because my first official job was at Kentucky Fried Chicken. When I got my little $300, boy, I kept looking in there, kept reaching in my pocket to make sure it was still there.
My mom made me open up an account. Remember, I don't know if y'all had in Chicago, Dime Bank.
Dime? No.
Dime Savings. So she was like, you opening up an account. And so, because I spent the whole check, like the whole $528 going in summer clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna get
because you ain't never had it.
No.
I want to see what that feels like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You laying away everything. Remember the jelly shoes? I had 12 of them things. $9.99. Yes.
Oh yeah, those shoes that melted in the sun.
Yeah.
And
sometimes they have
feet.
the shiny things inside of the plastic.
Yo, you take them
You
off,
have like second-degree burns on your ankles.
so you got an instant tan. Them all around it. Yeah, man. Yeah. She said, you gotta save. So she taught me how to balance my checkbook, how to save. And when I saw the money like stacking, I didn't spend it. She was like, that was the last time she bought me anything. So I was like buying my own clothes for school, everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That
was my mom. My mom was like, look, if you want to go do anything like prom or like going and hanging out and stuff like that, you got to work.
You got to,
you have to. Because otherwise, like if you're not going to go out there pissing away the grocery money.
That part, yo, my mom was like, listen here, you can't be up here spending money on growing trees. She immediately, once she showed me how to balance my checkbook and what to do with my money.
Mm-hmm.
I was the best saver.
Yeah.
And you better be glad you married me and not somebody that likes, purses and cars and stuff. You be broke.
How was it for you growing up, Matthew?
Well, kid of immigrants, man. My dad came here.
As he says the story, $75 in his pocket.
I mean, who knows? That could be like whatever, right? Like, yeah, I came here with $75 in my pocket. Maybe no money you came here with.
Yeah.
But it's like being the kid of immigrant parents, it's like firsthand what it's like to see your parents have to build everything from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
And really what you have in terms of what it means to be wealthy is a spirit of family. So like I grew up just seeing family around me, my aunts, my uncles.
Yep.
I think for me, like just being around like just the immigrant community, what it is.
Where people are constantly watching out for each other.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew what it is firsthand to see something stretch. Like this is $5, this got to stretch. This is all we have. And if we don't have, then your neighbor might have. If we don't have, your aunt might have.
Mm-hmm.
And just growing up and seeing that, like it left an impact for me.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad, when they came here, scrap. That was a time in America where, there was the anti-Cuban, anti-Haitian, anti-Caribbean agenda that was out everywhere. They're taking our jobs.
Hey,
here.
To be fair, the Cubans in the 70s, boy,
it was
different.
Yeah. And his family, so he's got they're both from Grenada, but his mom, his grandmother, the story of the grandmother is phenomenal. Gigi was very talented. But she left Grenada to go to Venezuela. No English, no nothing. I mean, no Spanish.
No
She didn't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
So I said, what made you pick Venezuela, not Trinidad? And she said, everybody was going to Trinidad, so I'm gonna go to Venezuela. They don't speak no Spanish. So I said, how did you learn Spanish? So she was like, I watched the stories and I read the books and stuff.
The telenovelas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And grandma's Spanish was like hella dramatic and shit. Yo quiero arroz. No.
Estúpida.
Ay, coño, man.
Money.
But that lady came back. Yo, she spoke
full
fluent Spanish.
Yeah, like when I was growing up in the house, like my mom, my grandmother, like they spoke fluent Spanish. I spoke Spanish at one time, and I think, you know, at least for me, what I experienced is, you know, you enter into that, and mind you, like we're of the age where we understood the difference of the U.S. today and like the U.S. back then.
Yeah,
that was a time in America where it's like your last name isn't Martinez, your last name isn't something that sounds Spanish. Like, why are you speaking this language? And so you get into the school system, it's like you need to speak English, you need to speak English, you need to speak English. By the time I'm 4 or 5, I'm losing the Spanish language just like that.
Listen, we don't speak
Spanish
because
like, you know, you're a kid and you're just like, you're getting picked on by these adults. Some of them are teachers, right? And it's like, I just got disconnected.
Well, let me tell you something. One of the first memories that I have of being in a church school, I think I started going to church school in about 7th grade, and the principal came in to the classroom and he was talking to me. He's like, "Oh, your name is Carlos Gomez? I bet you guys eat a lot of chili con carne in your house." And I was like,
how ignorant that sounds. Like,
but hold on, because I was like, in 2nd grade, I started early, so I was 6 in 2nd grade, right?
Wow.
And I went home and I said, "Mom, what's chili con carne?" She said, "Who said that?" I said, "The principal says that we probably eat a lot of chili con carne." And she was
like Carlos said it.
Wait,
Mom said,
Carlos imitates the ignorance.
Mom was upset.
Wow.
And then growing up, like kids would tease me, like, "Oh, look, la cucaracha, la cucaracha." And then I'd go home and I'd be like, "I'm not even Mexican." Like, if you're gonna be racist, be accurate. Like, I'll take a banana boat, I'll take a floating, any boat jokes. I'll take those.
Listen, I have a friend. She used to always date.
He didn't even say like, "Man, I bet you eat a lot of Cuban sandwiches."
Okay,
like,
right?
Come on, man. Like chili
congri. You guys sell at congri. I bet you eat a lot of congri. Arroz con frijoles. No, this motherfucker went to chili con carne and mispronounced it.
Oh,
that
God,
part, yeah.
Oh man. God. But nah, man, like, you know, just growing up, I think the thread for me is just that, you know, that whole immigrant thing, man. Like, I still feel that in me, you know, even being a grown. Like I was telling Samone, like, sometimes when I walk throughout the house, I feel like keeping the house in a good condition is like a representation of like, I want my dad to come, because my mom passed away in 2018, but like I want my dad to come and say, "Look at what we did." Like, even though it's a house, it's like, but look at what we did. Like, look at what we've been able to achieve as a family, you know?
Right.
And that's always stayed with me, you know, just that whole family, that whole unity, that whole togetherness. And it's just something that it's just threaded throughout me. You know, my mom, you know, you come to this country and, you know, you're trying to find your way as an immigrant, and it's like there's no space for you. So not only are you Black, you're also not from this country. My dad saying,
and your parents have an accent.
Your parents have exactly right. And like that's why, maybe for good or for bad, over the years I've learned to hide mine. That's something I've learned, and I don't think that's a good habit, but it's something that I've learned over time to survive certain environments.
What I've learned is don't come in hot. Like, nobody gets 100% Carlos. Like, ask Samone. When you first met me, it was Carlos 100%. And then eventually I'm like, I am scaring people. I need to throttle down.
Yeah.
And then I build up, right?
Yeah. No, I get it, man. I get it. And same thing for my grandparents. Like, they came here and, you know, just built, you know, here you have like my grandmother, you know, she came here, tons of creative gifts and talents, you know, and
worked for Victoria's Secret.
She worked for Victoria's Secret as a technical pattern maker. And, you know, she
Pause
worked.
that real quick. I have to tell the story.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Wait. Simone's part of my family too, so she basically
Listen.
knows.
She came to. I
So
remember
she's the archivist,
She is the
archivalist.
keeper of all
Sorry, I
secrets.
keep all the secrets.
All the
Yeah.
Listen, I don't think we were married yet, or we might have just got married. And she was like, when I found out she worked for Victoria's Secret, I was like, oh my God, you did their lingerie?
Mhm.
And she was like, yes, I make a panty for you. That panty you will have child today. Hold that panty, mama.
I remember that story.
And that's one of the good things about immigrants and having immigrant folk. They don't know the American culture and how people get it blows people's mind that it doesn't hurt my feelings. Like if I'm around my family because I'm a little darker, they might be like, mira mi negro.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't hurt my feelings.
No, it won't.
If it hurt my feelings, nobody told me to be dark. There's a lot of Cuban dudes. There was one dude they called Chino. Nobody told them to look Chinese.
Yeah,
but you can't get away with that here. Like
No.
people get upset.
No. It's just different
Culture. That's all.
Different culture,
Yeah.
Like I remember my grandmother sometimes like she pinched my stomach and it's like, you keep eating, it's muy gordo. I'm just like, come on, man. Like,
his mom would have a stare. She would just
but that exactly what Matthew just did. Like the word, no problem. But when you come and you do this, like that's where I get upset. Like, why are you manhandling me? You talking shit and touching me crazy?
And the thing about it is like they feel the resistance and they lean in more to pinch. It's like, can't you feel my silent body like movements and like stop?
No.
And for me, it got worse because you remember earlier I told you the wind was supposed to blow me away. Now all of a sudden I'm fat. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, man.
There's no winning.
There's no boundaries.
There's no boundaries, man.
There's no boundaries.
There's no boundaries. There's no.
They just enclose all your space.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shared a bedroom. I shared a bedroom with my brother until we left for the army. And even then, we both left for the army the same day. They put us in the same room right before, like when the recruiters came and got us, we stayed in the same hotel room. And then after that, that's when we split up and we finally got our own room. But I had to share mine with like 150 of my best friends or however big it was. It was probably 60 people in my basic training or something, 60, 70, something like that.
I hated basic training. I hated it, man. I was like,
I have flashbacks of like doing push-ups in the rain.
I don't mind that. That wasn't my issue. It was
then like when you reach muscle failure
and you shaking.
And then the drill sergeant is like, you better do something to get these push-ups, and then you start calling everybody else a pussy. Start pushing, pussies. You're like,
I remember this girl who on a hill, man. Because because of my attitude, I had to go back to remedial PT, which was the best thing for me because but he was like, get over there. I was like, but what? You told me to stand here. I didn't know you ain't supposed to say nothing to the drill sergeant. He ain't give me those rules. So I had to go to remedial PT. But I'm in basic training now, and this girl couldn't do this push-up. We were doing them on the hill. When she rolled back and rolled.
Oh, man.
And we weren't supposed to laugh. I couldn't even how you're supposed to imagine something else in your head. I couldn't do it. So I couldn't help. I just kept laughing and laughing. So I had to be on the little pull up, just trying to do this.
You remind me of that scene from Boomerang when they were in the gym. You saw going faster.
I could not stop laughing. I was like, she ain't gonna make it.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
I'm like, these catty girls. I wish I'd have gotten in when it was like mixed, when the guys and the girls, I probably would have done better. Too many girls. Girls is just too catty for me.
Yeah. I had a girl drill sergeant when we were on the range. I was in the foxhole, right? And I was waiting for my turn. And this female drill sergeant came up and say, "Goddamn, private, you are one of the ugliest privates I've ever seen."
God.
I said, "Damn!" And I had them ugly ass glasses on.
Oh, I hate
the birth control glasses.
Why do I have to wear these? And then mine had the little band in the back. Oh, it was terrible. Oh, it's hard. I said, you don't get nothing with these glasses right here. Dang.
Yeah. But that is when, especially when we were in Germany, that was one of the best times of my life. I reflect back on that so fondly. And still, like when we get on a phone call with Dennis and Gerald and Sydney and those guys, man, it's always so much fun.
Yeah.
So much shit talking.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Gerald was
Yeah.
the best. He was a man. That Gerald loved Prince. Buddy,
Still does.
Still does, of course. Going away. You can't do that split no more, though.
Hell no. He'd rip his soul in half.
Damn. This guy right here.
Yeah. Hey, and that's the thing. Like, we have like one dude, what was his name? Specialist Price, I think. He was the only other one from Chicago. And he was, he was kind of whack, whatever, but not whack. I can't say that. He was cool. But he didn't click with us like our little crew did. And then when Gerald came, I was like, hell yeah, here we go. Chi-Town in this bitch. And this motherfucker came out doing the goddamn Running Man, and then he hit the splits. I was like, oh, it's a wrap, son. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's funny, like it's not funny, but it's also amazing to see like how like relationships will like move from year to year. I remember first time like meeting Samone, and like it's like, man, you gotta meet my buddy Carlos. You gotta meet.
Well, it was
and
Gomez,
at that time, she'd always call you by like the actual name, right?
Because
Gomez.
And Carlos is like, what? Oh, Gomez.
Yeah.
Flows.
And it's like,
no, but my nickname in the army was Go-Go.
You know, oh yeah.
It was either Go or Go-Go.
Interesting.
Because I guess Gomez was too long.
Oh my God, stop it.
It takes too much energy.
It takes it burns too many calories. I don't know.
But now, man, she like always mentioned you, always in a good way. Like, yo, this guy's super talented. Like, like he got the art skills, he got this skills, he got that, he got this. He's like, yo, you got to meet this guy one day.
The character. I was like, what are you doing with these cartoon characters? And now look.
And now look.
Yeah. I mean, when you want it.
But the guys protected me. It wasn't many girls in there. And so I remember
you were sis, man. Like nobody was touching you.
Listen,
anybody tried to like holler at her or something like that? No. If you don't back your ass up.
This guy
we need to see some paycheck stubs. We need to see a credit report. You got to be something special to mess with her, son.
I'm serious. Yeah. I remember we were it was the live host the club, and then one of my ex, we was breaking up, and I guess he called himself making, trying to fight me or whatever, and I don't know where y'all came. I mean, they came from on all four sides of the club. I said, well, damn.
Yeah.
Today ain't that day, son.
Yeah.
Today ain't that day.
Two ways out of this club.
Yeah, for real, yeah.
And both of them, if you don't watch your mouth, both of them are you sleeping.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just always amazing to see like how friendships will just continue, over the years.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then me getting to meet you and then connecting with you, and I'm like, man, it's cool.
And the same thing though, like you bring, it's your aura is so. I've always gotten like a super, like a nice finished package
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, because when we first met was down near Orlando.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then when we went to, you were working at Full Sail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like the way people talk to you at Full Sail and the way everything that you were showing me, like I knew you meant business.
I appreciate it, man.
No. And don't go thinking that you wouldn't have heard a couple words then if you were some tragic mess.
Yeah, man.
You've done good.
Yeah, man. Always, just trying to like just find my way. And it's crazy how I got to Full Sail. Because when I left high school, like I was that kid that just really was obsessed with art. And in many ways, even though that has changed and how that looks, I still am.
Yeah.
Even though I may not dedicate exclusive time to that love on a frequent basis, my heart still beats for that world of art.
Yeah.
And I came out of high school and I'm like, well, even before high school, I remember being in 6th, 7th grade or so. I didn't even know what the Disney the company was as a company. I didn't know. I just know that when I was in like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, like in some of the lunch periods, they would play the Disney movies on the days when we couldn't go out to recess.
Yeah.
And so it was movie inside because it's raining, right? So sometimes you'd watch Disney movies, right? So you're watching Robin Hood, Lion King, Aladdin, and I was always the one that like, okay, it's over. Like you need to go and do other things. It's like I'll be just like right here, like struggling to get put away, like to do other things. And I was always obsessed with like animated stories and I just started this path or this pattern of just like, what's Disney? What's 2D animation? What's animation? What's lightweight? What's Maya?
I always talk about,
I
always talk about because our upbringings are so similar because of the immigrant parents and all that stuff. Nobody knew what the hell I was talking about when I said I want to be an animator.
Yep. Yeah. I can resonate with that. Yeah.
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 So when you had to forge your own path.
Yeah.
That's where it's easy to want to give up.
Yes.
Because it's ridiculously hard.
Yes, Carlos. I agree with you. I think where I was fortunate but still share that struggle with you is I was fortunate to have a mom that because people told her dreams were crazy, she was like, I want to support my son. My mom, in her heart, she was like anything in the arts or theater or fashion, right?
Yeah.
People told her dreams were nonsense, so she just let me be. But still, right? It's still hard to be part of something that one voice is rooting, right? I remember being in 7th grade and I did really horrible in math that year. And they couldn't pass me through to 8th grade. So I had to go do math in the summer. And my mom just spent $1,200 on the Disney Institute, which was a summer program for kids that were interested in animation, bro. That broke my spirit. And yes, right? Like, it's like, come on, man, you're a fucking kid, bro. Like, you still holding on to that? But it's like,
it's a big deal.
For me, at that season of my life, like, I knew I wanted to do this art thing, right? And it's really hard sometimes, even sometimes in the education system, to get people to understand, like, yo, when a kid is interested in something, we guide, we don't tell them, right? And you let them find that path. And like, fast forward, I was just always someone that was just trying to find my way to still stay connected to the passion, but not be broke.
Yeah.
Right. And I always wrestled with that. And I always found a level of admiration with people who were stubborn, even if the stubbornness led them into maybe not the best financial situation, but I still admired that stubbornness that people had, where it's like, this is what I love. This is what, I want to do, and I'll figure it out. Whereas I just was like, I just want to be straight. I can figure this out maybe when I'm 60, but like right now, like I just don't have the gas to keep trying.
Yeah.
This stuff, right?
Very talented.
Like when you come to the house, bro, like Samone hooked me up with like a space downstairs.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I wasn't gonna do it, right? But Simone, no, you need. So she got me one. She's basically set up an area where I have those, those big size drawers where you put in large format artwork. So all my artwork is in there.
Nice.
And she plan to get it in frames.
Yeah. So she helped me organize all of it. I have artwork to like when I was fourth, fifth, sixth grade still in there.
Wow.
Have you seen any of his drawings, Carlos?
Yeah.
Yeah. I showed some.
I've seen a few of them.
Yeah.
I haven't gone through the library.
Yeah.
I haven't gone through the archives.
They're phenomenal.
But I know the archivalist.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. When we first met, and he was like, "Look at this."
Yeah.
And so I love collecting like Black art and all that stuff. So I was like, "Who did this? Who is this?" Oh, it's me. And now I'm in his beige apartment that ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
I said, "This is you." Yeah. Where's the stuff at?
Yeah, because I mean that was a season of my life where it was like that was the in between, right? That's like I worked my tail off, man. Like when I was in high school, when everybody was focused on maybe I was like, I got to get into School of Visual Arts.
Yeah,
because it still is. There's other competitors that have kind of risen, but at that time in New York and in the country, really, like you went to Cooper Union. You went to School of Visual Arts, or you went to like NYU Tisch School of Arts, or you went to Parsons.
Yeah.
Once you got into School of Visual Arts, you were a made man, man. Like, and so where it's like you got the respect, and like for me, that was the goal at that time. And then reality hit, and I looked at how much this stuff cost every year, and I knew what my parents were going through, so I just dropped out.
Well, your dad,
right? And then my dad got into an accident, and like I looked at it like, I can't put that burden on my parents.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the skills yet to get the type of jobs that I could actually work to get the check to keep in that school. So I just dropped out. And then I still tried to find a way to like, well, maybe I'll get into this commercial design world. And so, you know, art, graphic design, illustration, publishing, web design, visual design, software development. Now the product space, right? Product design space. So in a way, I didn't give up, but I just keep learning different skills to at least say, look, I can say I went to school for design and I got to work in design. And that's always been important to me. Like I get people have to do different things for different reasons. I would never like rain on somebody's parade for doing what they feel like they got to do. But like I always wanted my son or my daughter, whoever that child would have come at that time, is like, I always want my son to know, but see, daddy followed his dream and daddy had to tweak. Yes. But daddy followed his dream and look at the life he got to build from his dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids always get to see, well, I didn't get to, and I get it. I'm not here to judge anybody who has to do what they have to do, but I always wanted my kid to see, okay, I'm not exactly in maybe the most sexy part of the design world, but I am still in what I went to school for, you know? So
you should check out this book called The Last Lecture.
I heard of the professor.
Yeah.
Yep. I've heard of that professor who gave that.
I've learned so much from that book because we can read off the same page. We know what we're saying.
Yes.
We understand each other, right? Yeah. But in that book, he always wanted to work at Disney and all this stuff, but he was mathematical.
Yeah.
And so, but it was his childhood dream to be an animator.
Yep.
But then he got to work at Disney, but not as an animator. He was good at math, so he was an Imagineer.
Yep.
And it's kind of like you have to. I always reference this because I hope that there's this lady that I used to work with at mailboxes, etc., on the corner of North Avenue and Harlem in Chicago. Her name was Diane. She used to be hooked on heroin, but then she got out of that and she got hooked on Jesus. And she's the one that told me, because we're working and talking all the time, and she was my friend, and anyway, so I'm telling her stories and stuff like that. She said, baby, you got to leave yourself open for blessings.
Wow.
Right. All that. And there was more to it, but the basic thing was, like I got to work on projects for Disney. I got to work on projects for whomever it was that I always wanted to work for, but it wasn't necessarily exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
But don't shit on your blessings.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. No, that's not. I
That's
totally
good.
respect that.
That's
And
really good.
I would say, Carlos, it took me like between 2021 and 2023, like I hit this wall of depression because it's like I didn't see that. Then came out of that and like your eyes start opening up, like there's a little bit more maturity, I think, where you start to see at a high level the impact that you've made as a designer. Because there's different types of problems that designers can solve, and not every problem requires a pixel to be moved. Sometimes a designer's job is to come in and see where a business is struggling because staff doesn't have processes. Sometimes a designer's job is to come in and say, we don't need to design anything. You actually just need to change the words on this page.
Yeah.
Increase your conversion by 10%. Like I didn't understand that until like walking through certain things. But no, I've always been grateful for my mom, my family in general, but I think to give her true credit, my mom was the one that's like, I remember she would work with my dad and like, hey, we need to take this money and we need to do this. I remember this is 2003. My dad takes his entire tax return and buys like Apple's first, I forgot it was 32-bit or 64-bit computer. It was the Power Mac G5, man. With the chip. He's greater, Carlos. Bro,
yes, sir.
Thing downstairs in my office, like even though I can't really do much with it, but just turn it on and just hear.
Yeah,
But like,
those computers are dope, though.
Yo, bro, like
that was right around the time when I was working at the Apple Store.
Yeah, like that's nostalgic, you know. And so like, watching my parents sometimes take their last coin to buy, Final Cut Pro. Software that sometimes I had to pirate because I didn't have the money for the CS3, now I don't have to do that. But
this is how cool and supportive my mom was with my art career. We would go to Kmart, and this is when these calligraphy markers first came out.
Man.
And I was like, oh, I want me a calligraphy pen. And then, we didn't have money for it.
Yeah, I get it.
So then my mom was like, oh, we got those at work. I'll bring you some from work. So she got me a stack of paper from work, and then she got me these markers. And I was all sad and shit because they weren't the calligraphy ones with the flat tip that you can really. I was all sad. And again, like, stop shitting on your blessings.
Yeah. I respect that, man. Yeah, I respect that. But yeah, it's how do we get there on the art topic?
Because tell us about
it don't matter.
Yeah.
Are you still doing art now?
No.
But it'll change.
But what do you didn't you say you're in the product design?
Yeah.
Right now? So it applies.
It applies. I'll say this. It applies.
I bet you know enough when the artist is like, oh yeah, and then the feelings and then the colors, you'll be like, if you don't shut your dumb ass up.
I think that's where it gets challenging in the world of product design, because the language and like the personality in that space is all about metrics. It's all about performance. It's all about business goals. And that's another side of my brain that I had to develop. That wasn't natural for me. It just wasn't. We have a whole set of graduate interns that started recently in my company, and they all asked me like, how did you get started in tech? And I'm like, I'm the furthest from a tech personality. Like, I'm the guy in the team that's going to be like, yo, did you see Ralph Lauren's new fall collection that came out? Like, I'm not the one.
Or Pharrell.
Pharrell's new collaboration.
Whatever fancy car. I see
you.
That
just came out. Like, I'm not the guy, Carlos, that's going to text you and be like, Carlos, did you see the earnings that Tesla just made this year? Like, oh my God, like, yo, they just came out with this new app. Like, I've just never been that guy that resonates with like.
I got to check the baby. that okay?
Yeah, go.
Yeah. like I've just never been the guy that resonates with like just the tech bro world. You
Yeah.
know, I've just always been a truist in the sense of like the passion for typography, the passion for calligraphy, the passion for color psychology, and why we make the things we make. Why do we use the things that we use?
Yep.
How does the lighting?
Why do you put things in certain? Yeah,
Correct. Right. Yeah.
the lighting that. Yeah.
Hierarchies and page layout and the grid system and the rule of threes and like all that stuff that like is just really dying because we as a society we've adopted what you call systems of design.
Yep.
So if I can duplicate something over and over for efficiencies, that's more important than is the system built well. Yes, we can duplicate it, but like, does it still feel human? Does it still feel connected to the person? Are people still in part of the equation? Although you may have built this design at scale or your idea at scale, have people been removed from all of that? So I think, yes, the heart of me as an artist, I try over the years to always put the spirit of being an artist in the work that I do in the tech space, but it can become hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can become hard.
Yeah. So then, I know you worked at Full Sail. Did you go to any school that was like Full Sail? Did
No.
you go to design school or anything like that?
Be sincere with you, it's all self-taught.
Yeah.
So I knew how to do digital design before going to Full Sail.
Yeah.
But prior to Full Sail, up until that point, all my technical skills were just in drawing.
Yeah.
Right. So anything from pointillism to hyper realistic drawing, I can do it.
Yeah.
It's been a while, so I probably got to get back on the grind. But
warm back up.
but yeah, but like those skills, like cross hatching, the difference. Like I'm really good at understanding those different pencils and the difference between a hard and a soft and why you use what. Like I study that like a person study making beats. Like I was just that good at that stuff.
Yeah.
But like outside of that, I just was self-taught.
Yeah.
But I've always had an eye for layout. I've always had an eye for composition. I've always had an eye for weight and balance and direction and line and shade. And those are principles of design that I already had. So once I started going on my own and I kind of learning that, I think my education got formalized when I went to Full Sail. Because now all the stuff that's in you, you get to really go to school and go, oh, this is what this thing has been in me all of these years.
Yeah.
And so when I went to
did you attend as a student or did you only work there?
No, I went there.
Okay.
As a student. And so when I went there as a student, I went and I studied digital arts and design.
Yeah.
So I got my bachelor's in that.
Nice.
And
did you like going to school there?
To be honest with you, it was the best decision I made because that school it was built for the type of student I was at that time and probably still am. Right. So like, because you and I, you know me and like, we've talked. So I'm someone that is well learned, but I'm not built for like a Columbia University.
Yeah.
So like I got a library in this house with books like out there. Yeah. I got a lot of books in this house.
Yeah.
I'll read on different topics. I'm one of those people, like I love being intellectual, but I'm not a formal education dude. Yeah. Like if you ask me to sit in a class for 4 hours, like I can't do it, man. Like, but it's interesting that I could sit and learn coding for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So
I'm like that too. I'm hands-on.
Yeah. So it's weird, right? So I think Full Sail was built for me, the type of student that I was and the type of mind that I have.
Yeah.
The classes were not long. And to get the degree wasn't long. So it worked for me. And I got to start building stuff right away. It wasn't like, oh, you got to be in chemistry and then you got to be in this and you won't be able to touch software for another 2 years. Like the first week I started, we were in it. We were building a WordPress site first 2 months in. That was one of my classes, Nation of Web.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a good experience for me. There's a whole lot of other opinions I'm sure people have about schools like Full Sail or Full Sail as a school, but for me, it worked for me.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like, I went to similar. I went to art institutes.
Mhm.
The school that I actually went to is like torn down. They shut it down because I guess they got busted for predatory business practices and all that. That's the only. I mean, I can probably pick out a couple more complaints, but
Yep.
not anything that I wouldn't be able to overcome. Like for me, I was there. I wanted to be surrounded by people, like-minded people, so we can work on stuff together.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I went for media arts and animation.
Yeah.
So I've been making movies. I've been making animations.
Yeah.
And I again, I needed access to the hardware because back then those computers were
Oh,
ridiculous.
I
And
hear
then the software,
the software, bro. Remember
oh,
back in the day, like just to get like Lightwave 3D, like this thing was like $1,500, $3,000. Like forget Studio
yeah.
and like and Maya and that type of or soft image. Like
Yeah.
this is the stuff that's being used like in Terminator and like
Yeah, for real.
like
For real. So it's not gonna be like not just anybody can go and get
no,
3D Max.
no. And at that time, it's funny, man. You're bringing back memories, Carlos. Woo! At that time, that was a time, especially in your day, more so. I think when I went, it started to change. But in your day, if you didn't have a type of education, you didn't even qualify to get the license. So the average person couldn't even go. Like if you weren't in design school, like you have to pick. Like, are you a student? Are you currently enrolled? Do
Yeah.
you work at a company? Like, what is your role? Like, they would like you get disqualified if you pick the wrong thing in the drop down. You couldn't even get to the
You
buy
want to talk about nervous.
because you didn't know.
Like if I make the wrong decision,
Like,
this could
bro,
be my groceries are gone.
yo, bro, it's crazy, man. Like now that stuff's so accessible. The era that we live in today, I think a lot of people
100%.
take that stuff for granted. But
Mhm.
when I was doing my design education, I remember specifically telling myself, "This is your job for your bills, and this other job is for this software." Like
Yeah.
I remember that kind of
Yeah.
sacrifice that was needed. Like if you needed a bigger hard drive.
Yeah.
It's not the days now where you're just like, oh, I'll just go on Amazon. And I think people take those things for granted. Like,
Yeah.
no, you have to go to Micro Center or Best
And
Buy.
even if you finally got the software, it's not a guarantee that it's going to run properly on your computer.
That part.
You click on file, and then 5 seconds later, the drop down comes down. You're like, oh, son,
Yeah,
like, it's going to take forever to do this.
yeah. There was no like. Well, I can get into all the technical hard drives that exist today, but like that stuff just didn't. Like, I still have my iOmega zip drive downstairs.
Damn.
Like, I still have that stuff. Like, the Jazz drive, I still have that.
That Jazz drive was a heartbreak. You know how many times I lost projects because of that dumbass Jazz drive?
Yeah.
I was doing sound effects class, and I was almost done, and I saved the project, and it crashed. But that was the day that we had to hand it in. So I had built it was the animation that we had to do. So I had rebuilt the animation. And then instead of like finding all the sounds and stuff, I was in there saying boom, boom, brakakakak, brakakakak. I handed it in. My teacher had tears running down his face. He's like, what the hell is
Yeah, it's called.
I said the Jazz drive ate my homework.
Yeah, it's called resourcefulness, man. Like those are the things that like I mean it's funny now, but I think sometimes creatives and designers today, especially we live in an age of like Canva and AI and all of these tools that are really good. I don't knock them, I really don't, but I think sometimes when you go through the process of like what we went through, there's a level of honor and appreciation because things were not as accessible. Right now, anybody can go to a Figma conference, right? Anyone can go to, a conference where someone from Industrial Light and Magic is going to be speaking. We need to go there. But back in those days, there was a lot of gatekeepers and there was a lot of qualifiers that if you didn't have them or you weren't enrolled in a design school, you couldn't just go. You know, someone didn't write you a letter of recommendation from a studio, you couldn't go to those conferences. Like, I remember that. That's why I ended up not going into animation, because of the barriers that I faced.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was hard. Even though I went to animation school, I ended up like being really good at Flash development. And that was my bread and butter. That was it for me, boy. Because I had fun doing math.
Yeah.
I love doing math.
Action script.
And art at the same time. So Flash was it for me. It served my purposes. My soul was filled with happiness.
Yep. Yeah. No, man, I hear you, man. I hear you, bro. Like, it was a good journey, and I know some of your journey too. And like, we definitely should talk about that one day. Just like as designers, I could definitely see us like just really like diving deep into that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to AI, like I don't blame people for trying it.
Yeah.
You got stories, you got a story to tell. Not everybody. Like I have been in the industry and I've done things and I've, built websites and I've done all the things. And it doesn't matter how accomplished you are.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to want to help you do things unless you got money.
That's correct. Right? That's correct. Right. Yep.
And I want to be mad, but I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right, Carlos. Right? Yeah. Yeah. And so, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
All I was going to say is there's a bunch of people that are like, hey, can you help illustrate this book? And I'm like, do you have a budget? No. Well, I don't work on Nice Guy no more. I can't do that. Like, I tried to pay my cell phone bill the other day with Nice Guy, and I was escorted out the building. So,
exactly.
So, and I don't blame people. I don't blame people for not doing it because of the lack of funding. I don't blame people. But again, we're in a situation now where if you really want to work on that kid's book, you can.
That's right.
Right. So I play with AI all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Unless it's something like something that I want to be, something that I want people to know me for, drawing, animating, stuff like that, like script writing. I'm an award-winning script writer, stuff like that. I will not use AI for that.
Yes. Yeah. Makes sense.
Just because of who I want to be.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And I don't blame anybody for going, I just don't blame anybody. As a matter of fact, there's been a couple of times now where people will they'll go to Chat GPT or something and they develop a logo and get it as close to what they see in their head, and then they come to me.
Yes.
They're like, this is what I'm looking at. Can you help me? Blah, blah, blah. And then we go from there.
Yes.
Which to me is a little bit of a shout out, Diane, again, is a blessing.
Yeah.
Because now we don't have to go through this back and forth of like, okay, how about lights? What's the kind of feeling that what's your company going to be? What's the branding going to feel like and all this other stuff? And it's a conversation that not everybody understands why you need to have it.
Yes, correct.
They think you're being an annoying artist. No. I'm like, no, I'm trying to get you something that is going to pump you up, that every day you're going to look at this logo and want to put foot to ass.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. No, listen, man, everything you're saying is 100%. And like, I'll add this last part. I was in a conversation with a designer at work and they were like, Matthew, I respect the fact that like, you use AI and like, but what happens to your design skills? So your design skills are here.
Mm-hmm.
Your design skills are here, and your design skills are here in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're telling me that AI spits out a design and you can't look at that and realize AI made a mistake, you're the bad designer. You're the one that probably has to look at where you sit in this industry. And in many ways, that was people's reaction the first time Beauty and the Beast came out. And they started doing 3D renderings of the ballroom dance.
Oh yeah.
Disney animators were livid, Carlos. How
did I tell you that 2 or 3 of those are my friends?
For real? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Aaron Blaze and his little brother his little brother, I can't remember his name right now, and he would kill me if I we went to I made a whole video with him. I went to Mexico City and hung out with him. Travis Blaze, my bad, Travis. Please please forgive me. Travis Blaze, he's the homie. And anyway, yeah. So yeah, they were doing the 3D ballroom scene.
Yeah. At that time, like, I can't believe I remember this freaking animation history. That's to tell you how much I've stored in my heart about that time in my life. But they were pissed off.
Yeah.
How dare they mix this medium? Yeah. We came from 2D animation where we did things a certain way, and now they're bringing this CG. So at that time, that became the AI. And in many ways, like, you know this, Carlos, the difference between computer generated animation and 2D animation is, I'm trying to not be technical. In 2D animation, we draw the interpolation.
Yeah.
In 3D animation, we don't have ABC. We have to do A, D, and F, and the computer does an educated guess between those two states.
Yep.
The computer does the interpolation. That's a form of intelligence. So AI has been going on for a long time.
100%.
You know, but you
100%, and that's
you'd appreciate that. So
yeah, exactly. Like everybody who's upset with AI, to me, in my head, because I lived through that. I mean, I wasn't an animator, but I lived through the process of 3D actually taking over
the job.
Wow.
Not for anything, but my favorite movie, hands down, is Walt Disney's Robin Hood.
That we talked about that the other day. I was watching that with little
yeah. Best movie ever made. Yeah. And people are like, oh, there's a lot of errors and a lot of on this and then that. And I'm like, that is why, because there's so much humanity in it.
Yeah.
Not just the lesson that the movie teaches, but like the drawings are human. The jokes are human. The voices are human.
Yes. When you can still see the sketch lines that they didn't
love that.
Race from
I love that.
Brain. You don't have that.
People are like, oh, they used the same footage that they did for Cinderella. And they
reused the characters.
And nobody care.
Nobody cares.
That's a perfect movie. It's the best buddy. It's the best buddy comedy, exciting. Tell me you didn't cry when everybody thought Robin Hood was dead and he's breathing through the reeds. Everybody's like, this is dead. Oh.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Like, Samone,
best movie ever.
But like when there's a scene in the Jungle Book where, King Louis having a great time talking about man's red flower. Like I sing those songs. Like, bro, like when I was a kid, Carlos, my dream, like I feel like your friendship coming into my life is a manifestation of myself. Like we pull into our life a lot of times of who we are.
We've always clicked, brother. We've always clicked.
Guy is living the dream that's in my heart. Like, thank you, God, for bringing this man in my life. Like, it's possible. It is possible to do this.
When we went to it's in Orlando. They have these different artists that showcase, and I think it was Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
And when they had all of his original that didn't even get printed or anything.
Yeah, it was an art gallery we went to.
Yeah. And when we saw the book, he immediately like,
I gotta get that for Carlos. Hey, we getting that for Carlos, man. Yeah. You'd appreciate that.
Yeah. For me, hand drawn, and I'm in love with the process. I know that I can. I know that I can be better. Like I'm always telling my girl she don't want to be like out in public like that. But I'm always telling my girl, like, I draw because I love the process and I know exactly where I am. I know I can be better, but this is just where I am right now.
Yeah.
But I love, like, if I don't have anything to do, I will pick up a pencil.
Yeah,
that's just who I want to be. That's what's getting pulled out of my soul, out of my heart, is drawing, telling stories.
Yeah.
It's just I just love it. I love it. Love it.
Yeah. No, man, I hear you. And so note to ourselves, we have to do we got to do a deep dive on like art education, design.
Oh,
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
like you and I, we're gonna. That's we gotta do
There's
that.
a
we'll put that on the calendar. Yeah.
Do that.
That'll be fun. I'll
you
see if I can't. Well, maybe we'll do a roundtable because I know I got some folks down there that work for. Like one of my friends is a director at Disney.
Yeah, let's do that.
You gotta
And
come
then
here.
another one is
You
at
know, friend
Netflix
that-
Animation.
Yeah.
They do when you go to their houses, they draw. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go again. You hear my little man down there?
Go take care of him so we can get into that story too. We'll geek out. We'll geek out until you get back.
Yeah. Nah, man, it's yeah, I'm slowly building out that's like a space downstairs for more. Like there was a season I would literally put away things that had to do with like my art. I would put it away, put it in a cabinet. And like now, like you go downstairs, you still see like who I am now, but you're starting to see like, oh, there's a stack of vintage comic books. Well, goddamn, how much do these things cost? Like I have a stack of like rare X-Men stuff, like rare. It's still in the plastic. And
You know who's coming on the show? I don't know if you have heard of him, but I just yesterday, maybe today, yesterday or today, I reached out to a guy named Dawud Anyabwile.
Wow. Okay. Who is that?
He is the creator of Brotherman comics.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he's gonna be coming on the show. We talked probably about 5 years ago now. We talked a couple times, 2-3 times. He came on when I was doing Sketch Zone. He came on and we geeked out on comics and stuff. So then I reached out to him. He's got new gear coming out.
Oh, cool.
And so I was like, hey, come on. Like, let's catch up. Let's see what you got.
I love that. Yeah, I love that, man.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I love that. I think that, you know, when I reflect even on my own journey, it's something that I've just watched, even with my own self, like looking at my own self, and we're losing as a society the passion for things that can't be monetized.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I can't make money from this, it's not worth time.
Yeah.
We can't launch this product and we can't monetize it. It's not worth it. Can this be monetized?
Yeah.
This be sold? Can this be packaged? Sometimes,
brother, you know how many times I was working at Leo Burnett in Chicago, and I was working on something for Marlboro.
Yeah.
And Skoal. I think it was Skoal this time. It was Skoal. No, Marlboro, because Marlboro has way more money. I worked on one whole complete project, 3 months, 4 months to do. And then they're like, all right, cool. We good. It's not gonna, they paid the bill and everything, but like, they're like, no, we decided to change everything. We're going to go in a different direction. And they just like, what?
Yeah. That sounds like how it is in tech too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see this great design roadmap for this idea, and it hasn't happened to me, but I know people that has happened to, where they've made great salaries for a year.
Yeah.
End of the year, leadership comes in and says, even though customers may want it, it's not the point. It's more like, we're not investing in this priority. We're just going to kill this whole business unit. Everyone gets laid off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where it's getting crazy with AI.
Yeah.
Is so many people are getting laid off.
Yeah.
Or replaced with AI. And there's a lot of people getting nervous. And I'm like, yeah, I'd be nervous too. But you take that nervousness and you turn it into whatever. If it's anger, if it's motivation, whatever it is, turn it into whatever is going to get you to realize that whatever industry is being affected by AI is now being democratized.
That's right.
So everyone, for example, in my life, everyone in LA is in shambles. I don't know if you've heard that yet, but LA is in shambles. I'm like, why are you trying to work for a studio system that doesn't care if you pay your mortgage?
True.
or your rent. To me, artists aren't the competition, it's the studio. We have distribution.
That's correct.
What else do you need them for?
It's true. Yeah, you're right.
I use AI to replace all the C-level people,
Yeah.
and payback is a bitch, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean everything
That's what.
is
If you are, think of it like this: if you are a creative,
Yep.
you are the one.
Yep.
You make the product.
Yeah.
They have you convinced that you need them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You can make phone calls. You
Yeah.
can make a schedule.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can force people to give you money.
Yeah.
But the hard part is getting money before you start work.
Yeah.
Get half up front.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get paid.
Yeah.
Just the same way they do.
Yeah.
Disney don't move a finger unless you put money on the table.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, everything that you're exposing, Carlos, is 100% correct. I started using AI in my design process about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes I've still chosen to be quiet about it at work because there's some people that have issue with that.
Yeah.
Some people don't. Most of our leaders don't. Some do. And I think in my industry in particular, why it's important is because when you're working on a user experience or a product, like it has to get shipped as quickly as possible so we could test it.
Yep.
And so the speed to benefit is there. So like sometimes I have to work on a lot of screens in like a week period, 2-week period.
Yep.
There's no way that you can get that done and it's just my hands, right?
Yep.
So a lot of times you have to learn to get really good at writing a prompt. And you have to get good at taking a wireframe and feeding that prompt and then saying, here's some design styles or a design system that I want you to look at to then help me create this. That one artifact that thing can build, I can throw that in a deck and get a meeting scheduled with a leader to say, hey, I got this concept. Let's have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Does this design get us closer to what you're looking for? Then you get a yay or nay.
Yeah.
So you don't have to spend a week doing all this high fidelity design and
Right.
what you put together is not even hitting the mark.
Yeah.
You can get something in front of customers today, like the next hour, and say, I'm going to do an unmoderated test. Let's let the customers try that out for the weekend and let's run a feedback form. Now you've gotten free customer feedback without having to spend hours designing. Like there's some benefit, but I think the challenge is getting people to understand that every time in society there's something that disrupts.
Yeah.
There was a time where the typewriter was everything. Then I think the word processor came in, and then people were afraid with that. Like, I got to learn how to do this. I don't know how to use a computer. So digital literacy is what separated you from analog.
Yeah.
Then now the whole Google world came in, and it's like, oh, I have to save documents not on a floppy, but on some cloud somewhere, and that pissed people off. And then
meanwhile, you have access to all your stuff literally anywhere in the world.
Yeah, like no floppy disk. I'm sure 3M was pissed off.
Yeah. The only people that get upset are the people that haven't had to use jazz drives and have lost all their work because they put it in a damn jazz drive that crashed. I'd rather have that shit in the cloud.
Yeah. And so it's always gonna be a season of people that I feel disenfranchised, and I just started embracing AI right away.
But think of it like this: if you are a professional creative, I know it's a tough pill to swallow. I get it.
Yeah,
because I be like that too.
Mm-hmm.
But think, who is your end customer?
That's correct.
If it's someone else, like if someone came to me for whatever, like I'm going to give you what I give you.
Correct.
Right? And I can do it however I want. But if I'm working for someone and they are they're not looking, for the most part, they're not looking for your opinion.
No.
They want you to set something up so you can put it in front of the customer so the customer gives you their opinion.
That's correct. Yeah.
Right?
That's the world.
So the faster you get to that,
Yeah.
then if you're a proper designer, if you're an illustrator or whatever, when you're working on your own stuff,
Yeah.
then do that.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
if it's for someone else, they give you a check so you can put your feelings away.
Yes. Yeah. That's the reality.
That's it.
Yeah. It's
Because let me tell you, I used to do things by hand too.
Yeah.
I used to do it all. Brother, I was working in Photoshop before they had a drop shadow in Photoshop. So I know having to put in the work and stuff like that. But like once they added drop shadow, like that's a form of AI. That's something that you don't have to do. It's just more efficient.
Yeah.
So if you're doing something commercially, get that shit out the door.
Just knock it out.
But when you're working on your own stuff, if that's what fills your cup, focus on that. Focus on that process.
Yeah. There is a segment in my industry of designers who really disdain designers who don't care about mastering Figma, right? Any type of tool. It doesn't have to be about Figma. I'm one of those. I'm not a Frankenstein designer, but I'm big with that. Like, if I look at design tools like this, kick, punch, block, right? I use the same tools to accomplish bare minimum, right? So I'm not in the photo retouching business. So I don't need to master the healing brush. I don't need to master creating a lens flare. I don't need to know how to take a womb cut out of a skin I don't need that part of Photoshop.
Yeah.
So I've always been a kick, punch, block kind of guy when it comes to design tools, because most of the stuff I'm doing are layouts, right?
Yeah.
They're UI placement.
Yeah.
It's hierarchy to see where the customer's eye will go. So I don't need to memorize everything in Figma.
Yeah.
There's another segment of designers that are like, what do you mean you don't know how to? It's like, I don't need to know how to make all these and variables, and you don't know how to build like complex components in Figma. I don't need it.
Nope.
If that gets your rock off, you get to tell everybody how much you're a Figma expert. Great,
do it.
But I've never been that guy that likes
go do Figma then.
Like, oh my Carlos, you don't know the shortcut for its Command Shift for
yeah. when I was building websites down in Southern California, there was so many people that would be using like different plugins and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And I just like be programming my ass off. That's what I do. I just and then build it. And then all these people are like, oh, but if you use this framework over here, this framework over there.
Yeah.
Man. That's why your stuff looks the same, son.
Yeah.
Your stuff looks the same. There's nothing like my stuff. This is funny. I got laid off once, and the boss said, I can't believe I have to lay you off because your work is my favorite.
Wow.
But you know, that whole thing, I got laid off. It was a long fucking. It was all kinds of dumb things. Like at 5 o'clock, I'd have to run out and like pay for parking.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's costing me to come to work now. Right? And then I'd be like, hey, can I just take this home? Like, I have a dog, I have responsibilities and stuff. No, you can't take it home. Well, I'm not going to pay for parking and work. This is dumb, right? Yeah. And so if they're expecting you to work 80 to 90 hours a week, but then 20 of those hours I have to pay for parking, ain't no way.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, those were the days, and they still have it that way in some work environments. I have a buddy of mine at one point, he like when he was working on stuff for the design agency he worked for, like, no, I couldn't come by, because he couldn't show it to anybody. But I know those were the days that when you were really heavy into that stuff, like studios didn't let files leave their premise. No, that thing is staying on that hard drive.
100%
on the server that's in that building. It's not going anywhere. Yeah.
But the difference was my stuff was different.
Yeah.
Because I had that animation background. I'm telling stories with like interfaces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like, you click and then it would flip. and then you click and it would flip.
Flip, yeah.
My shit would be like doing all kinds of stuff. Boy, I'm telling you, my shit was tight.
Yeah.
My shit was tight.
Yeah. Nah, man, like I've just always respected, like, you know, your passion for, you know, art and design and storytelling. And you know, we need more people that are passionate about this stuff. And
Or that teach the younger generation that it's okay to take the foot off the gas when it comes to something like this that's important to you.
You
don't have to rush.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm still guilty. Every once in a while, I'm on my iPad and I do a quick little thing, and I throw it out there, and it's kind of trash because I could have probably worked on it for another few hours.
Yeah. Because what happens, I think, particularly depending on whatever space you work in, you learn what you call these models and these monikers, right? So when you work in the UX and the product design space, you do it long enough. What do they tell you? You're trained and programmed. Don't learn, Matthew, not to overinvest. Learn not to overinvest. There's certain things you learn. You become really like good at memorizing.
Do the job they asked you to do.
Yes. But the problem with that thinking is that you take that into your personal portfolio.
Yeah.
And what starts to happen is you see the laziness. Like, you see it.
Especially you, because I remember when you gave me a tour of Full Sail, you were showing me some like websites that you were developing, and just the way that you were talking about it, I was like, this dude is really passionate about this thing.
Yeah. And sometimes in tech, that passion can be killed.
Yeah.
Because they need the mind to function a certain way for you to be. I have a great mentor of mine. He's the type of guy you want on your podcast. Like he's
I'm ready whenever he's ready.
The guy is just really cool. And he was my manager that became my friend. And he actually put me on a PIP. He put me on a performance improvement. Like I didn't do well, you know, 1 year when I was at a former company, and you know, we ended up becoming friends. And he said, you know, Matthew, you've become a really good product designer. My concern is that you will lose being good at being a designer. He said, because it's a pattern that all good product designers follow, is they're really good at talking to stakeholders and, you know, all of the language. Like, did you build your PRD, and did you set the KPIs, and what does success look like? And did you do time to audit the jobs to be done? Because there's a language that the more you become good at talking that language, people know you belong in the room. But your work can be shit. That language is a key in the product design world that gets you in the rooms. But what ends up happening is like your design skills start to suck. He's like, don't be that guy. Like,
there's a lot of people in the animation industry too, and film, where, you know, they're part of the creative team, but then once you get to like creative director, like you're not designing anymore. All you're doing is you're managing people.
That's right.
And there's a lot of people that get up to that level and they're like, oh hell no. And they either leave or they get knocked back down, and it kind of is what it is.
Because you have to ask yourself, and my manager said this to me, he said, Matthew, you have to ask yourself, like, how far do you want to go in this? Because someone like you need to always stay being like a principal designer. I don't see you coming out of the rap game, that you're going to become more miserable. Even if they throw 300,000 at you, you're always going to, because you like to get down with the work. That's who you are. Maybe you're leading initiatives, and maybe you come in and you mentor some designers a couple of hours a week and you design with them. I think that's more you like to show, but to be just straight leadership, no design, no pushing pixels, I don't know about that. I like to get down.
Miserable.
I like to get down with that. As they say in hip hop, I like to get down with the work, man. Like, I can't, you know.
And it's funny because if folks that don't know you, like, you are very regimented isn't the right word, but it's the right path. You know what I mean? You're very coordinated. What's the word I'm looking for? But Samone is like a wet cat. My girl is all over the place. Her heart is in the right place 100% of the times. But even there's times where you're like, Samone,
like,
relax.
relax.
You're fine.
Yeah. I think, you made a great observation, and deep inside of me is a reckless child.
Yeah.
It is. And if you stay with me for about a week, you'll see, damn, this nigga have moments where, I'm sorry, he want to do his own damn thing, man. Like I just don't want to follow what anybody wants me to do.
Oh, I know.
I have moments where like I don't care.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why sometimes I do, because you tapped in a very emotional part of myself by saying that. I think why I try to be structured, Carlos, is because growing up, I watched like my parents struggle for things.
Yeah.
And I think I can admit it, I do have an innate fear not to waste time. I do have an innate fear of,
yeah.
like I told Samone, like, I wish that there was a season of my life where like I was just irresponsible and I could just do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Like, just so I could get it out my system.
Those are my Germany years.
Yeah. like sometimes I wish I had done that.
Yeah.
Because I think it would have made me a more balanced person.
Yeah.
Rather than always trying to like assess like what's the negative impact of this decision.
Right.
I think it's good to be regimented, but the older I get, I realize that sometimes it can hurt you when you're the person that's like, yo, but Matthew's scoreboard is like 0 impact. Like he doesn't have much damage to the shield. You know those video games back in the day where they would calculate how much damage this.
Yeah.
I try to reduce the shots that the shield takes because I know that I can use that energy for other things. So like, I've always just tried to be someone that's like, yo, if I go in this direction, I ain't gonna make no money.
Yeah.
And I don't want to feel the feeling of trying too hard because I have to try hard enough just to be good at something that's easy.
Yeah.
So that
did you go away for school when you went to college? Did you go away for school?
No, I couldn't afford that.
That's where that falls in. That's the important part.
Yeah.
Is when kids get through high school, they go away for college.
Yeah.
So now you get like a soft launch to adulthood because you're away from your parents. And so you do have to learn some sort of maturity.
Yeah.
But at least you still have that safety net that is your family.
Yeah.
And for me, it was nice because, my mom was really strict. So I needed that separation. And instead of going to college, I went to the military, which every 2 weeks I had to check. I lived in the barracks. I didn't have to worry about food. I didn't have to worry about paying the rent, nothing.
Yeah.
So I was a damn mess. You want to talk about taking damage to the shield, son.
Nah, man, like I appreciate that observation though, Carlos. I truly do. The older I get is the more I see that it's worked well for me being that way. Cause I do like bro, I'm the type of person I will sit down and I will research what is the viability of my career in 15 years. I want an analysis brought on that. And I'll go ask ChatGPT. I want an analysis on how long do I have to be lazy just enough to make it as a product designer so I could calculate how much money I'm going to lose if I don't get a new skill. Like,
I love that you do that too.
I do that because I need to see the viability of this way of making money for as long as possible. So
I test out different business theories.
Mm-hmm.
So like I had a full conversation with ChatGPT because there's this project that it's been calling me for a long time now. And basically I want to go back to where I grew up,
Mhm.
Albany Park, Chicago. And I want to have like I want to have a situation where high school kids can come and learn how to do this stuff,
I love that.
right? And I have connections with hip hop folks in Chicago and all the things, right? So I have this idea. And so I had a full conversation with ChatGPT. We came up with a business plan. We came up with equipment needed. We came up with a budget. We came up with a structure, and we came up with possible funding opportunities.
Yep.
So when I tell you I'm done with C-level people,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
No, and I love that you do that. But you made it a good observation, Carlos, that even me, I appreciate you saying that to let you in like my personal journaling time. Even me, I've been investigating, has too much of that perfect presentation and structured method way of living.
If you're doing your journal and you have a P-square and a triangle, I am going to beat you. Because I can see that. You're like, I'm like, if you don't just put a square.
Yeah, like all the words are written very neatly in my journal, and like
Yeah. That's something I do like offline. I do want to catch up with you because I probably let's connect in the next few days within the next week or whatever, because I do want to pick your brain about journaling. I want to get into journaling.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. I didn't start doing it honestly until when you marry someone who journals a lot, you're like, I guess I should start doing journaling.
Oh yeah, that's right. The archivist.
So yeah, man. Yeah, I'll shoot you a text tomorrow, and I'm gonna put definitive on the calendar.
Cool. And you have iPhone, right?
Yes.
Did you see that iPhone has a journal app?
I didn't know that. I use Apple Notes, but I didn't know that about journaling.
Oh yeah. They have a new journal. Yeah, let's talk. Because now that Samone is back, what were you doing over there in the other room?
Trying to get that kid to sleep, most likely.
But yeah, he wasn't feeling too well, and typically he's your boy's boy. So he's patting that since he's been crawling. Ain't no cuddle time. Cuddling is gone.
You don't want hold me.
But even when he was born, like he had his moments where he'd let you.
Yeah.
But then it was like, in my face. And so I kept walking away. Usually, like if he's tired, he goes to sleep.
Yeah.
But this time I was like, okay, what's going on? What's happening here? Let's sit and sing. Let's sit. So he let me rock him back to sleep. So had to first feed him, then things.
Man, Carlos got some serious micro content today. We talked about design. We talked about tech. Man,
yeah, I'm sure it helped you a lot because he doesn't really get to share that.
No, I don't actually. I don't have anybody that I talk to about that.
I can't tell you that. I might have one or two, but you're half of them.
Yeah.
Most of the time I'm talking about a strategy and this
and
design is going to be successful at work, and I'm going to get bonus if I do this right. It's like
definitely a systems guy. Like for the culinary, when he came into my catering business, and I'm a free bird. I'm just like
Carlos said, wet cat.
I am not a wet cat.
Not physically, like mentally. I was saying Matthew is very structured, and you are.
So did you tell him I'm like Tasmanian?
I didn't say that. You just sold yourself.
Oh,
see, I went with wet cat. You said Tasmanian devil, but now that we're here, let's talk about Tasmanian devil.
Let's not talk about that. But he's very structured, so he brought a level of structure into the. There he is.
And that's what I like watching about the dynamics in your relationship is that, because I feed off of energy, and so if it's just me and Samone, we gonna be two wet cats. And then like Matthew is a really nice a really nice grounding, and we know when we getting too loud, Matthew's like,
Be like Blue Ivy when they caught her at the Grammys when she's like this to her parents.
That's funny. It's funny.
That thing went viral where you're like, whoa, that's a very
so now I want to brag about my girl. Because she just threw it out there. She just threw it out there real quick. So when we first met, she was a cook. And then she went to cooking school when she got out of the military. And then after you became a chef, let's talk about some star power.
Hold on. Let me pause for a minute and see where my child at first. You want to give him his passy?
I'm going to give you the moment. And take over.
Don't play with him, though.
I'm not.
Don't play with him. All he needs is pacifier.
And everybody watching, this is all going to make sense when we get into that story.
Yes.
We got some drama to get to, but let's talk about your cooking career.
Oh, where do we start? So the cooking actually found me. Like I said, I had two choices to be either a cook or an MP. Yeah. I knew MP was. What's
your stance on ice? Just kidding.
That's a whole shit show. That's just dang. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so my mother, I remember when I told her I was going into the service, and she was like, what is your MLS gonna be? And I said, I'm going in as a cook. And she was like, you don't cook. And my whole family, like my grandmother and aunts, even my stepdad was like, she's been cooking since she was 9. But I'm the oldest child, oldest grandkid. So, all of the responsibilities fall on me. So I was like, my mom was a slave. Listen, first child, you got to do everything. I was like, did you have a child to like become a slave? Slave labor up in here, so I was like, please don't tell her that I can cook, because I ain't gonna have no life. I ain't gonna be able to go outside and play. I ain't gonna be able to do nothing. And so they held it until I was 16 or 17. She didn't cook until I was leaving. And then when it was like, well, where are you going? Germany. What? I said, you told me I had to leave. I didn't stay out the country. So it was there that, I realized like my temper, it calmed it down a lot. I had a horrible temper, and it took me places that I could like daydream a lot. And so Sergeant Prince was the one that like kind of let me experiment in the kitchen. And so you remember Nikki, nobody would eat her food. So, like, who's cooking in here in the kitchen today?
She was cool, but yeah.
But it was that from that moment, I knew this is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. And got out, went to one of my friends. You remember? I don't know if you remember. His wife's name was Tanisha. Oh, forget that. But Roderick. Remember Roderick?
I do. Yeah.
His wife. Well, Roderick is from Florida, and so his wife moved to Florida. I was going back to San Antonio, and I had found a culinary school and everything. And she's talking about, come to Florida. It's the same weather. It's the same thing. Orlando and Texas are night and day. Yeah, weather-wise, everything-wise.
Everything was.
So you would figure Florida, being a hospitality state, had a culinary school. It didn't. Not in Orlando, not where I was. Yeah. And I was so sick of moving from, just military and all that stuff. It's just like, nah. This is where I'm at. So I went to hospital. I got my degree in hospitality management. And as I'm graduating, there's the Cordon Bleu opens up. And I go in to do a walkthrough. And I remember walking through crying. And the lady's like, are you okay? And I was like, can you smell the steel? Oh, it's so great. And the gas. And she was like, what? It just threw me right back into the kitchen in Germany.
Yeah.
And that's where I was at. And so that was always my passion. And I just didn't really, in the culinary field, you can go anywhere, ships, kitchen, back of the, line, all that stuff. And I didn't know where it would take me. And I remember one of the teachers was like, you got to immerse yourself in every area, until you find the right thing.
Mhm.
So I'll go jumping into the restaurants, and they started cussing at me, and I said, "Oh hell nah, yeah, nah, we ain't in the military. I ain't about to take this bullshit. No, I'm not gonna do this." My first restaurant was Planet Hollywood, where was it Stallone and all of those
Yeah.
celebrities stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't do too well. The little GM was like, "I put everything on the line for you." I'm sorry, I can't work here. This is no. You ain't gonna be yelling at me like I'm some slave. So that
Okay. Sure.
it didn't work. And so I went into banquets. I really liked banquets, but I couldn't. No one could tell me. You didn't know who liked your food or not. So
Yeah.
I was like, this is bull. I ain't gonna be here. And then it was catering. And when I got into catering, working with this caterer, and was able to do start to finish, and was like, oh, this is it. This is.
Yeah.
I have arrived. You know. So, I mean, clean slate building with like white walls, and then we done jabbed it up, and the tables and the food. Oh, this is it. And so that's where I was for like 15 or so years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And the funny thing, I did weddings. Didn't even weddings, but when I got out of culinary school, I got out as a personal chef. A lady came in, Chef Candy from the Personal Chef Association. I am still a member to this day. I've been a member for like 22, 23 years now. And she said, how would you like to work for yourself? You keep your own, your own recipes and all of that. And I was like, ooh, this would be great, because I don't know if I could work with anybody right now. I probably don't think I'd be a good person to work with. Just my temper, my mindset. I didn't know. And that helped me so much, just being a personal chef, going into people's homes and cooking for them.
Yeah.
And opened up so many doors. And I remember my first client was like, I think I was her chef for about a year or so. She found me online. Like, I literally came out of culinary school, had my menus that I got an A on the class, and used that. And that's how I got all my clients.
Perfect.
Every last one. I was like, oh, here.
You got A's on them. They work.
Here's the menus.
They work. That's a shortcut.
No. Them glazed carrots. And she had me for like a year. And she was like, one of the kids was getting married. And I said, oh, congratulations. She said, yeah, you gonna do the food. Who? Nah, I'm okay. I'm not a caterer. She said, here, you're a caterer. Just tell me what you need. And to this day, I have the pots downstairs, 4 pots. My 4 pots, pans, the my chafing sets. I still have them to this day.
Yeah.
To this day. They're like old as dust. The worst aluminum ever to cook with. Like, what chef is cooking in that? I was, because I couldn't afford all clad and
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. And I didn't realize how much of a difference the material that your pan and pots and pans, how much that affects listen. I went to my mom's house and cooked for her, and I can cook. I'm no chef, but I can get down.
Just please don't tell me she got the old aluminum pan.
I was burning pancakes. Listen, it was a challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mom was trying to be nice. She goes, at home you cook on gas, don't you? I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My bad. It was electric. Yeah. It was. I'm like, I swear to God, Mom, I can cook. I'm not skinny anymore. I swear I can cook.
No, man. I love it. I loved it. I
So
love
I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off. How did you get on TV? How did that come about?
so I had to force him to get cable because he's trying to be on a budget and talk about, we need to read I was like, what?
Everybody watching this video right now is like, God damn, Carlos got these people nailed down. He's got them figured out.
Monday was CSI. Tuesday.
I'm not paying that $85 a month.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, we got pots and pans to buy.
And when we got married, he burnt mine. I said, don't touch nothing in the kitchen.
Yep, you're done. You are done.
Using my Tupperware. You're not coming home with the forks and spoons. Like, where's my stuff? Like, I had this for years.
Hey, once I almost got cut. No, I didn't almost get cussed out. I got cussed out for throwing away pasta water. For almost throwing away pasta water.
Oh, come on.
Do you understand that that's magic? That's cooking is chemistry. Okay.
Yeah, gives you
I'll boil more water.
Yeah, we got into our first argument over sausages and pasta.
Yeah.
Because he's talking about he only want a little bit of sauce.
Yeah, that's too much. I'm like, babe, that's too much sauce.
My stomach, and it gives acid. Excuse me, you gonna eat all
Go
of
grab some Tums and shut the hell up.
Are you crazy? That's when I first learned when he said, you can kick rocks. I was like, I couldn't do nothing but laugh. Kick rocks? I'm still in that. But he on Tuesday, I would watch Chopped.
Yeah.
Chopped, and it was another one. And I was like, man, I'm gonna get on this show. One day I'm gonna apply or whatever. And Food Network Stars was one of them that I was looking at. Yeah. And one of the guys in my kitchen, because I'm not doing as much cooking, like I'm directing now, and so the guys are cooking and everything, and so I guess he thought I lost all my skills. So I was like, oh yeah, all right. I tell you what, I'm gonna have one of the photographers come in, and I'm just gonna cook. I'm gonna cook, and I'm gonna have her take pictures of my plates. And remember that day?
I remember.
Like, dude, I know you just been cooking for like a hot minute. But all right. So I came in and did all of that, and she filmed it. And I was sitting there this Tuesday, I'll never forget. And it was like, because I was going to send these pictures, and it was like, don't send those. And this particular Tuesday, I got my pictures, all my food pictures of my plates. And it was like, now apply. I applied on Tuesday while I'm watching the show, Cooks versus Cons. I'm watching the show. 3 days later, I get a call. Not an email or nothing, a phone call.
Let's go.
I'm looking at the thing, New York. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, when they called and was like, this is Cooks versus Cons, blah, blah. Oh, hell no. Oh my God, it was the best feeling ever. Oh man, yeah.
I bet.
My first show.
That was Chopped, you said?
No, Cooks versus Cons.
Cooks versus Cons. That's right. Versus
Cons. Cooks versus Cons.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was telling everybody, my girl's gonna be on the cooking show. My girl's gonna be on Food Network. Because I talk, or a lot of folks that I hang out with, that's wine and food.
Yeah, they go together.
And Sonoma, like the food in Sonoma is no joke.
Yeah.
Right?
We had a good experience when we were there with you, man.
Yeah.
We got to come back because that was just a small smidget.
Yeah, you do. We got a few new places now. There was one place that was out of control good.
Oh wow.
The one you took me to was the kitchen.
We went to El Dorado Kitchen.
Yeah.
Yep. And I thought the truffle fries were gonna curl her socks off, but nope, it was a duck liver foie gras. My girl lost her mind that day.
Foie gras at school. I was like, who's doing foie gras? Listen here, bro. I'm gonna need a plate now. Like, who's doing that? Yeah. I had the best time. Best time, man. It was so nice. Yeah.
if food is your thing, this is a really good area because we can spend a lot of time in Sonoma, but then like it's kind of for me, it's kind of like Sonoma, Napa is kind of like Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, kind of, it's like a sibling rivalry.
Oh,
But truth be told, since Napa is a little bit bigger, they have way more restaurants, and even more escalated. But I mean, you got to show up and put a down payment on things. But
oh, dang! I didn't know Sonoma and Napa were two different areas.
oh yeah, they're right over there. There's a mountain range that separates the two valleys, and they're right next door to each other. So Napa is like half hour away from here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We
So
went.
next time you guys come out, we'll go out there. It's real nice out there.
It's beautiful.
They got this real cute river that goes down like kind of through the center of town, and they have this train where you can go and do wine tasting on the train.
Yeah, I saw that. There's a culinary school that does tastings and cooking classes. Oh,
Yep. I've heard of it. I can't remember the name, but I took bread making is the wrong thing because we made pizza dough, we made a galette, we made other stuff. But I got that, my family got that for my birthday one year because it was right when I started getting into making sourdough and stuff. And I was making sourdough before COVID. I've been making sourdough for a long time.
Sourdough is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Matty said he was gonna. I said, please, no. I got a starter in the
I was
freezer
gonna try baking when I was on parental leave, and it didn't work out. Like I didn't even start it. I didn't even.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to learn how to make a basic bread. I want to know how to do those things.
Sourdough is a lot of steps. It's a lot of steps to sourdough.
Yeah. It's time consuming more than it is difficult.
Yeah.
Once you understand bread is literally just flour, water, salt.
And with the sourdough, it's the yeast. The
yeast. Yep. And then you just mix it, you wait, you mix it, you wait, you mix it, you wait. You throw it in the oven. But what was fun about learning how to do that is that I had so many failed bread experiments that we would just eat bread. We just go get butter, put it on the oven, and then we just eat the failed bread because it tasted delicious. It was just flat.
Yeah. Bread is my nemesis. Oh God. But it's just the way that it's processed here in America. I can go overseas and eat bread like crazy and nothing happens. Eat bread here and I'm like,
It's the way we store wheat. Literally the way we store wheat here.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I tell people this all the time. America's been doing science experiments and stuff with food. And so like when we get into trade battles with specifically Europe, the reason why they don't take a lot of our food is because it's been manufactured,
Yeah, they won't. I remember a client was moving from France, and he had found my website, and he had reached out. And at the time, I had been going to farms because I had a friend that's an acupuncturist, and he would go to all these different farms in Florida, like all over the place, for meats, cheese, eggs, all kinds of stuff. And so I was like, well, let me get my client stuff from you guys. So this guy calls and he's like, listen, where do you shop? Because I cannot eat the meats that y'all have in your country because what you do with your meats is illegal in my country. And that was the first time I ever heard that. And I was like, what? And so I started reading. I said, oh my God. Okay, I didn't. Yeah.
There's a lot of times they don't accept our food because of the GMOs and stuff like that.
We're doing the vaccine. Listen, the shots, the growth hormones. It's just it's so crazy. It's so crazy. And now, they've introduced it to Argentina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I saw a stat today where in Europe, the average farm that grows food, not necessarily cattle or anything, but the average farm is like 38 acres, and here it's 500 acres.
What?
And so it's like huge manufacturing, single crop, blah, 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 blah. And then all the chemicals and stuff that they do. And in Europe, like food tastes like what it's supposed to taste like.
Listen, I remember when we first, generally, we went to, you have, when you go to Germany, you got to go to that Fresh Start school to learn German.
Yeah.
And we were in Noyon. And I remember us going to this Chinese restaurant. And, he used to have this thing, glaçon, glaçon. I'm like,
He's so dumb.
we go into this Chinese restaurant, and I mean, we just, because we're used to Americanized food, so we just go in this Chinese restaurant, just going ham on the menu, just criticizing everything, and especially me. This little Asian lady comes out and gives us the 411 on the whole American versus their food.
Yeah.
And I talk about it all the time because it changed my whole perspective on food then. And she was like, "What your egg rolls that you're getting is so full of fillers. Like, we don't put a bunch of cabbage in our egg rolls. Like, you're gonna get meat in there.
Yeah.
You're gonna have tea." And so I remember her telling me, when you go into these restaurants, do you see the Asian people eating what you're ordering on there? You need to order what they're ordering, what they're eating.
Yeah.
They're not gonna eat anything off of that menu. And I was like, oh, damn. And now my Asian friends that I have, they don't. They're like, everything is so clean and fresh. It's just so crazy. It's just, oh man. I had, that French client was my first one that was like, "Nah, I need to know where you getting your food at." And I was like, "No, I go to farms." And I was just going just to, like, really to support my friend that was going to all of these different farmers. And I didn't even realize, like, he gave a talk on the chicken.
Yeah.
He gave a talk on the chicken, and he was like, "Do you see what so-called quote unquote cage-free chicken look like? Chickens are supposed to be roaming free. They're not on a vegetarian diet. They're supposed to eat bugs and worms." And of course, I'm from New York, so I didn't know that chickens don't, I didn't know they were.
Chickens eat everything.
They're like pigs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I tell you. And he was like, "Nah, they supposed to eat bugs and stuff."
Yeah.
Like, these chicken breasts are bigger than my breasts. I'm like, dang, they well endowed. But no, they're not supposed to be like this. And that's why it's causing so many issues with kids getting, like, girls having their menstruals really early.
Yep.
Boys going into puberty very early because of these growth hormones. They're going through all kinds of changes because of the things that are going in this food. Matthew and I went to Canada one year. I ate through Montreal, Toronto. I mean, just killing food, and lost 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Lost 10 pounds, eating all kinds of bread. It was the first time his cousin introduced me to pho. And I'm like, oh my God, I must make this. Like, what?
Pho's so good.
Pho is delicious. That's another time consuming thing if you do it the right way. Now, if you do it the shortcut way, you're going to get the little ingredients in a little cube. You can do that, but
and going back to what you said a little bit earlier is like these kids, you're messing with their chemical makeup.
Listen, I think
you are what you eat, and if you're eating science experiments,
but it's hard. It's hard because here in America, overseas, you get fresh food. You're not gonna see a lot of fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
Here, fast food is everywhere, and it's the cheapest. It's like, you can get Taco Bell. First of all, I can't believe Taco Bell is still around. Sorry, Taco Bell, but wow. but it's still there. And like McDonald's and the the chicken is like the cheapest thing. Popeye's chicken is cheap. And when people are when you realize that people are fighting over chicken wings and chicken tenders, that's that's the best way. That's how you know something's going on with the food.
Yeah.
You should not be fighting over a nugget.
Yeah.
No, a chicken tender, like for real, you should not be fighting over that. Nah, but it's they're doing a lot of re-engineering of the mind with food.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
And
changing.
not just that, just like America's work ethic and how, listen, rich people ain't worried about stopping at McDonald's. As a matter of fact, they don't. They have plenty of time. There's someone at home cooking.
I mean,
Right.
you should. I would.
Yeah.
And I'm a chef. Glaçon. Yeah, I'll be doing it. Yeah.
Gerald, I'm that flashy Coca-Cola. If you don't sit your ass.
Yeah, no, but it's bad. It's really bad. And you can see, I don't know if you've noticed the amount of anger that has intensified over the years.
Yeah. I think that's again, we're getting pulled away from what we truly are. We're truly just animals that are just roaming. And when you are kept in a cubicle, and then from the cubicle you're in traffic, and then when you're in traffic, you're in a fucking drive-through lane at McDonald's, which it's not going to make you feel good.
No.
It hits the spot at that moment. I'll give you that. But within the next little bit, you're going to be hungry again because it's just manufactured food, and you need to eat. You need to eat as close to the source of the food as possible.
But we don't make it easy for people to choose the right things. And when you're addicted to, because when you become addicted to the chemicals that's in the food, I didn't realize that I was cooking holistic until Matthew. For my company, we have an assessment forms that you fill out and stuff. And so my clients, when they would fill out the assessment forms, I would create their menus based off of the assessment forms.
Yeah.
So if they had diabetes, okay, how do we fix that? Oh, you can't reverse diabetes. Anything can be reversed. You just gotta choose different choices. There is some genetics there too, but I feel like it's your house culture. We eat how we were in our home.
Yep.
And so if you continue on eating like you were when you were in your house, and if your parents were picky, more than likely you're going to be a picky eater. If your parents didn't like a lot of meat, you're not going to like a lot of meat or vegetables. I was a very picky eater child. Like vegetables, I probably had string beans, collard greens, and corn, maybe some broccoli.
Yeah.
But once you go in the military, you're either going to eat or starve.
That's it. You're going to eat. Yeah, you're going to eat or pass out.
Yeah, and them MREs, nobody. No.
Nobody started eating that dry ass shit. But yeah, it's tough as parents. And this is where it's exciting for me to see where Matthew and you, how you guys have progressed together. And now with the baby that's here. Number one, congratulations.
Thank you. I can't believe it. And he's grown so big. He's 9 months.
Yeah.
9 months. Can't believe it.
Yeah.
Cannot. I'm just like, I can't. It's hilarious. It's just mind blowing. And
that's right around the time we needed to call it. This video is already pretty long, so Samone and Matthew will be coming back on the channel to talk about their experience doing surrogacy. Until then, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with each and every one of your friends, and if you want to come hang out with me, watch videos while I work on creative projects, hit that subscribe button. Then change the little bell icon so it says all. That way, every time I come out with something new, you'll be alerted. Don't forget to go to coconutjustice.com to get you some dope gear. And with that, I'm out.